I'm John Everett with Zurn Industries. Today I'd like to introduce you to an exciting new product from Zurn Wilkins. It's the REMXL pressure reducing valve. Very short lay length pressure reducing valve is really designed for replacement and retrofit applications. But the exciting part of this valve is the new push-fit tailpiece that the engineering group has designed for the REMXL. The push-fit tailpiece lends itself very well to retrofit and replacement applications where you don't want to do any soldering. The tailpiece has an O-ring seal internally and some teeth that bite into the pipe. Therefore, it's solder-free. So I'll have you follow along with this accompanying video. We'll show you how quickly you can install the REMXL with a push-fit tailpiece, and we'll give you narrations and describe what's going on in the video as you follow along. Here we've got an installer getting ready to install the REMXL. What he's doing is he's going to take a measurement of the overall length to make sure that he has adequate room to install the REMXL with the push-fit tailpiece. Now again, this is an older valve, longer lay length. The REMXL is much shorter than this valve, so the push-fit fitting allows you to replace that longer length tailpiece with ease. Right now the installer is simply cutting the pipe, and he's going to cut the pipe above where he marked as the necessary length. There's a section above the necessary length that we call the cut area, and that's what he's doing right now, is cutting within that cut area. Now, we're giving you a play-by-play narration here, but if you really need more information or don't quite understand what's going on, I would strongly encourage you to go to zurn.com and pull up the instruction sheet and the specification sheet for the REMXL. They'll give you very detailed instructions on how to install this push-fit tailpiece. Again, the installer is cutting the copper pipe in preparation for removing the older long length regulator. The tool that he's using to cut the pipe, it's a copper cutting tool. They're readily available at all of the big box stores such as Home Depot, Lowe's, Eagle Hardware. They come in various sizes, and you just, as you're rotating it around the pipe, you increase the tension on it, it cuts right through the pipe. So again, readily available tools. Now the installer is going to remove the old tailpiece and the section of copper pipe that he cut out. That'll allow him to unthread the regulator from the wrought copper fitting up at the top of the regulator. Here the installer is using a small 14-inch pipe wrench. In the event that you didn't have a pipe wrench, they're certainly not necessary for this job. You could use a large pair of channel lock water pump pliers, anything of that nature, so that you could develop some leverage and unthread the regulator from the existing pipe. Now he's completed removing the old longer lay length pressure reducing valve. Now the next step, the installer is going to wipe off the threaded fittings, and he's also going to clean the lower piece of copper pipe. On the lower piece of copper pipe, it's imperative that he get that outside surface absolutely clean. The new push-fit tailpiece has an O-ring internally that's going to seal against this existing copper pipe. So what he's doing now is he's simply taking some emery cloth and he's polishing off the surface of that copper pipe, removing patina, calcification, anything that may be on there, even including some solder that may have dripped on there from the initial installation. Once he gets done with the emery cloth, he's simply taking some triple-aught steel wool and polishing off that surface, because again, that surface must be nice and clean for the O-ring within the push-fit fitting to seal correctly. Now once again, he's measuring, and he's going to make sure that he doesn't push the push-fit fitting any farther down than the line that he marks. He'll need to have a little bit of room so that he can install a collet release tool. This is a tool that comes with the push-fit fitting, and what it does is when you push the push-fit fitting onto the copper pipe, there's a series of teeth inside that fitting that bite into the copper pipe and prevent movement of the push-fit fitting so that we don't interrupt the O-ring seal. The fitting that he just took out of the push-fit tailpiece, it's a fitting intended to slide into PEX tubing. If he was making his attachment onto a PEX line, he needs a stiffener to fit into that. In this case, he's pushing it onto copper, so that fitting is not necessary. Now he just slid the push-fit tailpiece down onto the copper pipe, and when he pushed it down, he pushed it all the way on top of his collet release tool. Now the installer is preparing to put some Teflon tape onto the existing threaded portion of the copper pipe. When you install the new REMXL, you're going to want to put on some Teflon tape or even some pipe dope. It's always good plumbing practice to have some form of thread sealant on the threads, and it also aids in removing the pressure reducing valve in the future. Now he's making sure he's got the correct direction of flow on his REMXL, and he's simply going to put it into position and thread the REMXL onto the existing pipe. Now once again, to tighten up the pressure reducing valve, he's going to again use his pipe wrench. And as I said earlier, it's certainly acceptable for you to use a large pair of channel locks. You definitely want to have a tool that's long enough to give you enough leverage to adequately tighten the pressure reducing valve onto the line. But as I said, if you have channel locks, they will be more than adequate. It wouldn't be required to go buy pipe wrenches. Now he's going to use another wrench up on the top portion to make sure that when he tightens the REMXL, he doesn't twist the copper pipe or break loose an existing copper sweated joint. As he's tightening this, I do again want to point out that if you need further information on this product, do not hesitate to visit our website at zurn.com. You'd simply want to query the REMXL, and once you pull up the REMXL page, the landing page, you'll be able to download the specification submittal sheet along with the instruction sheet. At this juncture, the installer just installed the tailpiece gasket. That's the gasket that fits between the push-fit tailpiece and the REMXL body. That's what serves as the sealing member. As he tightens up that nut, he's pushing upward on his collet release tool to make sure that he's releasing the teeth internally in the push-fit tailpiece. We don't want that biting into the copper pipe as that push-fit tailpiece slides upward. Again, applying pressure to his collet release tool, he continues to tighten up the tailpiece nut. We won't have to go super tight on the tailpiece nut. Again, it's a gasketed joint. The rubber in between the body of the regulator and the push-fit fitting is going to seal that up nicely without excessive loading of the nut. Now at this juncture, he can go ahead and remove his collet release tool. That now allows the teeth inside the push-fit tailpiece to bite into the pipe, and also internally, again, you have an O-ring seal that's sealing that tailpiece to the existing copper pipe. Now the installer is going to go ahead and turn the water back on. He's also going to measure the water pressure and make sure that the regulator is functioning correctly, and it'll also allow him the opportunity to adjust the pressure to the value that he desires within this house. He's going to go ahead and put on a pressure gauge. This is a Zurn-Wilkins HGI 25 pressure gauge. It allows connection directly to a hose bib. They're also readily available at all of the large big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, Eagle Hardware. He's now going to make a slight adjustment to the pressure reducing valve. On the opposite end of the collet tool, there's a small open-end wrench that fits on the adjustment bolt of the REMXL. He's gone ahead and adjusted the regulator, and now he's simply locking down the lock nut, turning off the water to his gauge because he got the pressure properly adjusted. And now he'll remove the gauge, and the REMXL is fully installed with the push-fit tailpiece. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more product information or to speak to a customer care representative, please visit our website at zurn.com.